Hello everybody and welcome to the Cone Racing League. We are here today for Cone Cup Round 3 Lobby 2. Starting it off with Red Bull Rome. We've got a one-shot quali, 5-lap race. However, the Cone Cup race stipulations for this round, remind myself to make sure I'm not incorrect, the most penalties without getting a DNF. So here we go, the one-shot quali is underway. We'll hop on board. Who are we on board with here? Nathan should be towards the front of the order, although no, immediately invalidating his lap. Okay, not particularly ideal for him. Sweet Crown then, we shall hop on board with him for this one-shot quali. Already 3 drivers at the back retiring, but bear in mind, order not too important. All you've got to do here is get more penalties than anyone else without DNFing. If you can avoid the DNF, scoring points here for your team. This opens up to any of the drivers. If you equal on penalties, then it is whoever is further up the finishing. So it does still matter where you finish, but if the guy behind you has got 3 seconds more penalties, then he will be getting more points than you. The same points the rest of Cone Cup as we've had so far, which I'm blanking on. Oh yeah. So basically more or less a point per place apart from the front 2, which gain 2 points per place. Hello there to Rabbi in the chat. So across the line, it looks to be Sweet Crown who will be taking the pole position here for the first race, just behind Legend, literally just behind. By the way, a speedy start off, 3 drivers slow down at the back, and look at all those invalidations. The drivers, of course, knowing quali, not too important here. Perhaps they want to get involved in the chaos of, yeah, close among the top 2. What a Spider and Indigo doing? Indigo's invalidated, Spider's somewhere. He's backwards, he's in an Audi. But, and what is it at the moment? We've got Pink Panthers leading, although the standings I'm looking at do not take into account what happened with Lobby 1 on Monday. And I have no idea what happened in Lobby 1 on Monday, but I would imagine chaos given the races that we have to come. So here we go, here's our quali order. Only really a few drivers here set in time. Sweet Crown up the front, Legend alongside, and then Pease, Farrell, Steve, Kenny, Bumpier and Strauss last man to set a time. Only 8 drivers set in time. Spider there we saw not ever get into the line. Then King Panda, Liam, Nathan, Hobbsy, Indian Jesus, Ennis, Indigo, Cop Paradox and Harry Palmer. We've got a late joiner in Bosch Evans who remarkably forgot to download the game. So he should be joining for race 2 and 3 today. For the moment, a 5-lap race where you got to pick up as many penalties as you can. Penalty shootout. So yeah, no stewarding of course, but damage is off for this one. Very much not the case for the second event, which will be at Vegas. That will be a unique spectator sport. I think Demolition Derby comes to mind looking at what we've got there, but for this one it is just pick up as many penalties as you can. Penalty shootout seems the perfect name for it. As there we go, Evans finally downloaded the game and joined the lobby. I don't think he'll be able to race in this one, but any of the drivers who get disqualified will not be picking up points if I remember rightly. So here we go, the 5 laps are about to get underway. We got a long hold. There we go. The 5 laps are now underway, and the drivers want to pick up as many penalties as they can. Tyres don't matter. I don't know why I'm having a look at tyres. We can stick up position changes immediately. Actually, no, we'll stick at penalties. What am I on about? As there we go. You've got severe collisions going on there. Harry Palmer did a very good job to pick up them time penalties further down the order. Look at this. Sweet Crown cutting across. Absolute chaos here. Now, of course, damage is not on at all. So good news there for many of the drivers. Got plenty of 10 seconds, but we've got 12 seconds there further down. Hobbs is winning it at the moment, the most penalised man for the moment. But look at the chaotic scenes here. Huge contact there ahead. Who was that between Indigo and Harry Palmer? I think Indigo reset to the track. Hobbs in up to 14 seconds. He's having a wonderful time picking up penalties here. Bumpier and Pease seem to have forgotten how to pick up penalties. As I have to say that no, Bumpier getting a little bit of the old track limits. 20 seconds to see. My goodness, he's at risk of getting disqualified here. We'll see how that pans out. But it's Farrell who leads on track. He's got no one anywhere near him. Indio loves a crash. Yes, he certainly does. I think it was China where he got involved in a slightly controversial incident. There we go. The Audi passing through on Ennis. Who have we got to beat? It is Sieb on 20 seconds. Spider has managed to not pick up a single penalty. It's got a huge crash in the background there. Who is that between? Still no disqualifications, but we are only on... No! Kenny's been disqualified. He had 22 and I guess picked up yet another penalty. He is out. So there we go, that shows the drivers too many and you are done. The sea bleeding at the moment. Kenny's pushed it too far, flown too close to the sun. Farrell leading on track. Of course it does have its benefits of side-by-side racing here. Actually got a bit of racing action going on between these two. Are we going to see a little bump into the corner? Yes, of course we are. And around Indian Jesus goes. Picking up the fastest lap. Is the fastest lap worth anything? It is actually. Fastest lap is worth 1 point. Okay, not particularly familiar with the format at the moment, so I'm going to be picking it up on the fly. There we go. Another man, Harry, disqualified from the session for receiving too many penalties. He's way down in P15. My goodness. Right, so Sieb, if he can finish at the moment without getting more penalties, he is in very good stead. His drivers have been done for far less though. Ennis further up, P5 at the moment on 24 seconds. Does he dare risk it anymore? He's looking very strong. If I were him, I would just go to the end on this, avoid getting involved in any more of the chaos. The guys up front, they could do with a few more. They could do with a 10-second penalty apiece. Ah, Nathan disqualified there. Actually, as we hop on board with him, he's done and he's only on 10 seconds. He'll be salty about that one. He's Ennis and Indian Jesus and Sieb actually all on 24 seconds. I believe they shall be sticking with what they've got. You do not want any more here. Already we have lost 5 drivers to be in DNF. Sweet Crown there, picking up another 10 seconds. That is good news for him. Sieb disqualified. No, one of the drivers on 24 jumped up to 27, but he pushed it too far. That is him disqualified. Bearing in mind, a DNF is worth no points. So even whoever finishes in last here is still going to pick up 7 points for their team. Now up to 23 for Sweet Crown. That is enough. Oh, well, open. PA's in 26 seconds. Okay. It would be enough for P5, which is a fairly strong result for his team. Who's his teammate here? Is it Strauss? Or is it... Hang on, right. Give me a second. Sweet Crown is teammates with Legend, I think, who is already... Oh, where is Legend? Oh, he's third on track, but he's only got 16 seconds of time penalties. The front two getting close together. Farrell, he needs a lot more. Not quite the least. You've got Cold Paradox and Spider still on their single-digit penalties. We saw Nathan eliminated with only 10 seconds. So here we go. Farrell cutting the inside. Only 3 seconds picked up there. But they are now on to that final lap. Spider, is he trying to get lapped here at this point? Strauss is disqualified only on 12 seconds. That is mean to him. Farrell has got a grid penalty. That's a neat one. 10 seconds to King. Pan, he's on 28 seconds. My goodness. We have a new leader of the penalties, winning the penalty shootouts. Right, he'll be driving clean to the end now then. I don't know if you can see what the other drivers have, but if you're watching the stream and you got it up on your other monitor, I'd highly advise not cutting any more corners. As here we go, Legend coming around the last couple of corners. He could do with an extra go wide here, but decides not to. 16 seconds up on there. It's Indian Jesus getting disqualified right near the end. My goodness. He has not timed that well. Here we go. So yeah, 10 drivers at the moment are all we're looking at finishing. King Panda's on 28 seconds. If he can manage that, he will have won this penalty shootout. Will pick up the 20 points for his team. The The fastest lap is going to go to Sweet Crown. He has finished with that one. Yeah, I think it will be King Panda on those 28 seconds. Unless Pumpier can pick up a couple seconds, but I don't think it's worth the risk at this point. He's got an easy P2 here. If he can get to the line, there we go. Wheel spinning across the line, a Spider, no! Goes up to 21 seconds, but gets disqualified in the process. We have only got 9 finishers here. Only 9 drivers picking up points off of this first race. Absolute chaos. But we will have a look at those remaining 9 drivers and see what the order was. But there we go, the podium does not matter. It's the penalties we care about, and it is King Panda on those 28 seconds. Behind him, second is Sweet Crown on 26. Also on 26 is then Bumpier, who picks up third. We'll get the penalties of the guys who got DNF'd as well, just so we can see. But yeah, my goodness. Hang on, a couple of them getting DSQ'd there. But in the end, actually, of the finishers, who got the least penalties of those who crossed the line? Let's have a quick look. Just 10 seconds for Cole Paradox. Bear in mind, that man still picked up the points of 9th place. But yeah, anyone in the 20s seeming to do a fairly decent job there. I mean, anyone who finished doing a decent job. The gap between first for King Panda on 28 and 9th for Cole Paradox in P9 is only 10 points, so better to stick it all the way. And as mentioned, Sweet Crown, of course, picking up the 1 extra fastest lap point. So we've had that that chaos, those corner cuttings, those collisions, those people being DNF'd or disqualified on just 8 seconds, Nathan reckons, for him. Meanwhile, others made it all the way up to 28 seconds for King Panda. 5 separate penalties to get him there. But now we finished the penalty shootout. We will be moving on to Vegas. No holds barred. So this next race, another one-shot quali, another 5-lap race this time around. Collisions on, standard damage, no stewarding. Anything goes. It is just crash your way to the victory. The finishing order is what counts. You're DNF, you're done. You take out another driver. Good news, that is 1 less opponent. Bearing in mind, teams of 2 between the drivers. So you will have 1 ally out there on track. We are now up to 19 drivers. Evans being able to join the lobby. So seeing the chaos of that first one, this is something to look forward to. In fact, I'm going to quickly go back and see if any of the teams managed to get 2 finishers. So who was it? It was King Panda who won that one. King Panda's teammate is... Oh, is he one of the reserves, I feel like, actually? I think he was one of the guys who was shuffled in last second. Yeah, King Panda reserving for Sovereign Racing. Well, that would have made him either Bumpier or Jacob's teammate. Bumpier, who did finish. Wow, okay. So P8... Well, sorry, King Panda and Bumpier, between the two of them, finishing 1st and 3rd in that first race. My goodness. Okay, so yeah, very good race. Sovereign Racing picking up 36 points from that first one. As we will shortly be moving on to the second race. Well, at least I assume so. So actually, yes, Sovereign Racing, they are P2 in the points after the second round. Of course, this is not counting for Lobby 1 on Monday. There you can see Vegas there getting the lobby all set up. Someone pointing out turn ghosting off, of course, very important. The job is to allow people to have a nice little fun demolition derby. King Panda, that was awesome. Yeah, very good job. I didn't realise it was a reserve that had won on points. But between you and Bumpy, I don't know if you're in a party together, 36 points between the two of you. I'm sure there was at least one team there. In fact, no, there almost must have been one team there that got 0 points. In fact, so, yeah, a chaotic start, and I'm sure more chaos still to come. That first race was survive with as many penalties as you can. The second race, survive. Of course, you want to finish higher up now, qualifying, more important, that one-shot quali. But do you want to be in first going into turn 1 when you can be rear-ended off the road immediately? Maybe not. Maybe not. We will see how it all pans out. 5 seconds till we're starting. Well, till we start loading into the next track. I'm looking forward to seeing what the night time of Vegas will bring us. So here we go. You know those memes you always get of Lance Stroll with his rubber inflated car around the outside? Well, some of the drivers were wishing they had that option available to them for this race. As almost certainly going to see front wings lost, tyres lost. I'm going to be disappointed if more than 10 cars finish. Of course, if one of the drivers can escape nice and early, very good news for them. They can run off into the distance, escape from the rest of the field. Although, are people going to deliberately try and wait? If you're far enough down, you just say, okay, I'm a lapped car now. Let's have a mess around with the leaders. I can't remember if it still ghosts you when that happens or not. Here we go, one-shot quali though is underway on board with Harry Palmer for the moment. Let's get some of this telemetry up. Is already some drivers retiring. Nathan up front at the moment. He immediately invalidated last time round at Red Bull Ring, avoiding doing the same this time, running at the front of the order. The track, the upside down pig, as I cannot unsee that whatsoever. 3 drivers retiring or invalidating their sessions. Oh, we're up to 4 now. See him go round in this long left hand of this technical section. Is he? Hang on a minute, how's that not invalidated? Nathan literally cutting the corner. Or is this part of the no rules you're allowed to cut the corner? Have I've missed a trick here? How are people retiring then? Clipping walls, I guess. So P's going to do a good demonstration. He does clip the wall there, yeah. Completely, if they got no rules, means no rules in the qualifying either. You cannot invalidate, you can only stick a tyre into the wall and DNF. So P's seems the best shortcutter so far. Somehow that had slipped my mind. The long back straight. Going to see plenty of drivers getting nervous here. We're going to see any pit manoeuvres. Of course, we're going to see some drivers taken out into this heavy braking zone. Cutting the inside corner, clashing over the curb. Perhaps a little bit too much there. But it is still P's running out front. Sweet Crown just behind him. Here we go. ERS all used up, but he does get himself that pole by 4/10 as well. Very strong time. Some of these drivers, I think, missing the trick that you're allowed to cut the corners here. Currently Sieb sitting at the back, P13. He's got a long way to go. Oh, hello. Was that smart as an idea? Perhaps not. We'll see if it does put him P13 in the end. But if you thought the last race was chaos, then get ready for this one. See, Biz still P13, but here we go. P's up front on pole alongside him. Sweet Crown, Nathan in P3, the household fast names of CRL. But of course, that is not all that matters in this race. Farrell P4, Harry Palmer P5, Legend 6, Indigo 7th, then Ennis, Strauss, Cole Paradox to finish out that top 10. Spider Kenny, the last drivers to set a lap here. Then Sieb, Evans, Liam, Indian Jesus, Hobbsy, Bumpier, and King Shy Panda after picking up 28 seconds and winning the penalty shootout at Red Bull Ring. He is now at the back of the qualifying. P's saying world record baby there. I assume it is better than the world record. Did have the added advantage of a few little chicanes being cut. But we will see if he survives this here turn 1. There's got to be at least one DNF into turn 1. We shall see the front wings. I guess no one's taking the front wing on a 5-lapper. Unless you're miles off the back of the field and just fancy a front wing. But your best bet is just to get to the end here and survive. If you're at the front, you're trying to fly away. If you're in the middle, you accept your fate and hope that you are the one to survive first. So Forza CRL in the chat. There we go. See, no rules. You can jump the start, and some drivers picking up on that very quickly. P's not one of them though. Do we have any DNFs? Yeah, there we go. Cobb Paradox already out of this race. Good getaway for Sweet Crown. He's managed to escape the chaos. Let's go further down. I want to see more chaos. I want to see drivers taken out. Ooh, is that a brake check? That was a beautiful brake check there. Look at that car, nose up in the sky. My goodness. Drivers going deep, run deep, I assume. Brake check, I hadn't even considered that. Strauss having a little crack at Sieb. Sieb is going to clip the wall. No, he's not. The two of them surviving. And into the wall back there goes Indigo, and Indigo out of this race. Almost right on the racing line there as well. Not really where he wanted to do it, so are we going to see another cheeky move here? Strauss on the back of Bump. Yeah, he's tried to get him. It's not worked. Can he get anyone else coming back from there? No, he cannot. Although it goes for the send. Oh, and gets them both stuck. That's a bit of an awkward one, isn't it? And a reset to track there from Indian Jesus, which of course is allowed because there's no rules in this race. Sweet Crown and Farrell at the moment pulling away quite a bit from the rest of the field. Sweet Crown getting he can cut the chicane or choosing not to, wanting to run deeper to avoid anyone rear-ending him. As Evans has put himself into the wall there. And already we are down from just the first lap to 13 cars remaining. There's no front wing on that one. Chaos here as well. Is that a car gone? No, I think we're alive. We're just very slow. See, he could do with a new front wing. I wonder if he's going to go for one. So yeah, lap 1, and we have lost 7 cars already. Zello, that's a car that's clearly had a spin on the straight. Hobbsley just opted in to pit. Yeah, and almost everyone moving up in the order with the exception of Nathan, who's put himself into the pit lane. So a lot of the chaos died down now. Some of the faster drivers were perhaps out of place. They've got a little bit of wiggle room. What can they do in terms of closing down? It's perhaps that a lot of the chaos has gone from the lap there. The closest two cars seem to be Bumpier and King Shai Panda. Bear in mind, they are teammates. Now, do they remember their teammates? That's a different question, as Bumpier puts himself in the wall. Not used to the line when you can cut the corner. Takes himself out of the race. That is a shame for Sovereign Racing. They were doing oh so well after the first round with the penalty shootouts at Red Bull Ring. Well, hang on, there's Indian Jesus taking himself out as well. Get a view of that from where Hobbsy is. Is that just on the outside there? Yeah, actually nearly catching Hobbsy off guard completely. Indigo crashed out by myself. Everyone is just aiming for me. I think everyone was aiming for everyone here. As here we go, Liam on to the back of Legend, and oh, he's done. Called him out with a brake check. And that is Liam out of this race. As actually, no, Indian Jesus was already out. And for you Rocket League fans, it seems we have a Rule 1 taking place between Nathan and Sieb. The good news is they won't get disqualified for this. The bad news for the leaders is they're coming towards this. Is this on the racing line? Possibly. Oh, hello. There we go, just off to the side there. For better or worse, not getting in the way of the other drivers, but is this how baby F1 cars are made? Who knows? Have either of them got a front wing? Nathan is on the hunt. He is aware that he's got to finish ahead of all the DNF cars. Because if they DNF on a lap ahead, then he might lose himself a few points for that one. Though actually no, DNF cars won't get any points anyway. So possibly not much going on other than these two at the back. And no, hang on. Nathan's going backwards. He's out for blood. Sieb is being awkward. He's trying to take out Hobbsy, I believe that one is. Not going to work for him in the end. Sweet Crown, he's happy with his lead. Nathan is not happy with Sweet Crown's lead, and I'm sure we're about to see that. Now, can he get this right? Can he take out a car in the process? Here we go. He's taken himself out, but he took Sweet Crown out as well. Sweet Crown out. Nathan sacrificing himself just to take out the opponent. Given the point system, I can tell you now that was not worth it, but I'm sure Nathan had a massive smile on his face while doing so. Promoting Farrell through to the lead and leaving us with just 7 drivers remaining. Strauss into the pit lane. He'll be fancying a new front wing. Do wonder if Sieb is going to come in for a new front wing as well. So at the moment, Sweet Crown with fastest lap point. Does he get the fastest lap point? I can't even remember if the DNFs will have that applicable to them. Oh, hello. What have I just missed? Is that Sieb or Legend? No, that's Sieb. Is Sieb just taking out his teammate? No, different car. But Sieb has successfully taken out a rival car there by driving backwards. You might want to finish now, right? He's having a little crack here at King Shy Panda. The driver who managed the most points in the penalty shootout, and he's let him go. Data is accepted, not going to get him. Hobbsy the next man. Is Hobbsy going nice and slow here? He is. He's between Strauss and Sieb on track, and no! Hobbsy's out. Sieb claiming yet another victim here. Behind, can he get Strauss? Sieb on an absolute spree. But he has not managed it. Strauss getting through. Someone tells Sieb that he's got enough of them. He can finish P5. He's doing a wonderful job here. For the moment, fastest lap still showing on Sweet Crown. If it only counts the finishes though, that will go to Kenny. I can't see anyone really closing down as here we go. Farrell coming towards Sieb, but manages to avoid him. See, there's no way Sieb is the front wing anymore. No, he's not going to catch him. Okay. Perhaps now he's just aiming to get to the end to finish the race off. Although, starting to slow down, Strauss has retired of his own accord, crashed in that final sector. Sieb failing to take out Kenny there. Just 4 cars remaining on this final lap. Sieb classifies 4th, or where's he going to count? We will find out. Sieb, I think, is making one final attempt to take out King Shy Panda. The problem is, if he succeeds, he goes from 4th to 3rd, gaining himself a whopping 1 point. And if he doesn't succeed, he loses 15 points for his team. So we will see how that one plays out. But it is Farrell here under the night lights of Vegas who wins with the chaos, all the cars lost that we had here. It'll be P2 for Kenny coming across the line here. Fairly clean race for him, apart from avoiding. And here we go. He's the fun bit. Can King Shy Panda get past Sieb? Well, the answer is yes. Yes, he can. So Sieb now going to work his way towards the line. He's done all he could. Gave himself the best shot he could. Surely not going to go with the long lunge. That is a little bit too far to go here. Topping out the tachometer. Yeah, just going to take himself nice and easy towards the line, hopefully not hitting the wall in the process. He's got no front wings, the downforce won't be there, but yeah, it survives it. With King Shy Panda, 3rd man to cross the line. And he'll be picking up 16 points for that one. Sieb, he's who knows how many laps down, but that man is taking out so many of his rivals and picking up 15 points as well. Sieb, my driver of this race, perfectly done from him. and with a beautiful Rule 1 to add to it. But I am hearing that apparently that was Farrell's first win in CRL, so interesting way to do it. But there we go, it is Farrell up front on the top step who wins here, crosses the line first. Kenny P2, King Panda P3, Strauss DNF, Legend DNF, Hobbsy DNF, Sweet Crown DNF, possibly fastest lap. It is Seabit saying he DNF'd. I don't think he crashed before he got to the line. I'm not sure how that is going to work, as he did make it through to the end. Remains to be seen. I do wonder if he will get those points for fourth, or if he will be considered a DNF. My goodness, look at all the DNFs across the board. The bottom 7 drivers not even finishing lap 1, and only the top 3 showing as having finished. And now we get ready, we get ready to move on to the final race of round 3 today. We're going to Silverstone. The theme of this race, tyres are literally gone bono. So, one shot quali, 35% race, normal finishing positions, stewarded on, standard damage, everything normal, with one slight difference. If you do not finish with a puncture, you get disqualified. So you must get a puncture when you finish the race, and a bonus 10 points are offered if you can finish with all 4 of your tyres punctured. But yeah, that was the last bit of chaos, and then this next race going to be fairly normal at the start. It is going to be nice, clear racing until the punctures start to kick in. So yeah, the lobby all now being set up for Silverstone, which we're actually going to have a somewhat normal race, certainly at the start. I wonder if we're going to see a soft one stop, or if drivers are just trying no stop it. But the lobby being set up. Actually, I do want to, while we're waiting, I'm going to have a quick look at how many of the drivers in Lobby 1 on Monday did end up finishing at Vegas. Right, I gotta find it first. Where are we? Here we go. So, on Monday, they had 5 finishes. They did better than Lobby 2 then. Lobby 1 containing the Division 3 and 4 drivers. This is a rough rule of thumb. This lobby containing the faster drivers. Hopefully getting underway shortly. So I do wonder what strategies we're going to see. Our driver's going to go for a one stop, they're going to go for a no stop. Ah, there we go, yeah, King Shy Panda, he left grid 12 seconds after everyone and missed all the carnage. I did wonder if qualifying at the back of the grid was going to be the way to go. But actually the guys up front did a fairly good job of getting away. I think it was the ones in the midfield who just got completely crunched. I saw a few wonderful brake checks going on as well. So there we go, drivers given the old ready up. Ah, you have to stop. Okay, well I'm glad someone knows what they're talking about, as I certainly don't seem to. Oh yeah, you're right, I guess you'll have to stop just to not get done in by the game itself. Mighty Atom Musician, what? Soft. I think medium soft might be the way to go, but just changes. You want to end on the soft tyre to get it punctured as quickly as possible. You start on the mediums for an alright start. I don't know if it'll still have the mandatory 2 different tyre one. It is a guaranteed dry race, which to anyone who's ever been to England or Silverstone knows that is not usually the case. Ah! Snail Speed Syndicate, yes. You've got racing, Jerome and Strauss. Are they both in today? I think one of them... I feel like one of them got... No, one of them didn't get replaced. Strauss is... Yeah, I saw him earlier. Is Jerome racing today or not? Not sure, either way. Snail Speed Syndicate. I don't think they've got a finish so far today. I might be mistaken, they might have finished in race 1. I do not believe they got a finish in race 2. Jenkins saying Panda is the man. Panda is indeed the man, because Panda managed to win at Red Bull Ring, and by win I mean get 28 seconds of penalties without DNFing. So very good from Sovereign Racing, a 1-3 at Red Bull Ring. In fact, we only had 3, arguably 4. I don't know if Sieb will count as a finish at Vegas. Showed him as a DNF, but I thought he crossed the line, so not sure on that one. He did only finish 2 laps, which might be why he counted as a DNF. But here we go, the one-shot quali now. On board with Nathan, that may change as we see. Of course, the tyres, going to be soft here. The driver's now having to readapt to staying within the track limits. But it is Harry Palmer at front at the moment. Never mind, he's botched that corner, gone deep. Plummeted down the order. It is Nathan back to the top. They will hop aboard the Sweet Crown. Silverstone, a fair few overtaking opportunities. One of the 2 F1 tracks I've been to in person myself. And of course the local one to me being a Brit, closest to when I'm not up at uni. And given my campus has decided to try and ban all non-vegan food, I might be spending a lot less time at uni. But here we go, coming towards Maggots Beckers. Hopefully your team listened to your advice after the highest finish in a long time. We'll see. As long as they can get some broken tyres. But to be fair, if you finish If you finish P9 but have all 4 tyres blown this race, that is the equivalent of winning. So once it's so far down, it's almost worth committing to trying to puncture all 4 tyres here. I don't know if just doing a few wheel spins is going to help you out with that one. We've got Sweet Crown out front. Ennis, Indigo have validated. There we go, by just shy of a 10th. It goes to Sweet Crown. P's just behind him. And then, oh yeah, Nathan really just behind him. You got 5 points. Oh, 5th. Yes, I was going to say, that makes more sense. Sovereign, I'm going to be honest, Sovereign is doing much better this time around. They certainly have a rather good reserve in place of them. Only qualified P10 here, as Evans is going for the Optimum line. However, right, let's have a look at the standings. Sovereign currently P2, Snail Speed Syndicate currently P10. So I'm going to be honest, Sovereign Racing does seem to be the better between the 2 of you, having a little squabble. But there is our order. We've got Sweet Crown up on pole. Alongside him is P. Is then Nathan Sieb on the 2nd row. Indian Jesus 5th, Kenny 6th, then Legend, Bumpier, Hobbsy, and Shife Panda finishing out that top 10. Harry Palmer with the last time, then Ennis, Indigo, Evans, Spider, Cold Paradox, Farrell, and Strauss to finish it out. We have lost a driver. Who have we lost? We were on 19 last time around. Not sure. I saw Indigo rejoin the lobby. Don't know. Either way, we're now back down to 18. Thought I saw Wreck-It Ralph on it. Right, Cold Paradox has loaded the wrong setup, which loosely translates to he's not going to win, he may as well go for the 4 tyre puncture, or just hope that other drivers don't puncture. Of course, anyone who punctures disqualified will not be counted in the final stand-ins. And I do wonder how many people that's going to happen to. And yeah, a reminder to any drivers listening, as Nathan has reiterated in the paddock chat, stewarding is back on for this one. Wasn't at the first 2 races. So if someone punts someone off, they are getting done by the stewards. Although given the gaps that might be between the drivers, have we got a formation lap? No, it's lights out and away we go here at Silverstone, and we'll see what tyres. Yeah, mostly going for mediums. Of course, drivers knowing that they'll want to change onto the softs later to get them nice and punctured. They are racing normally, and P is going for a nice little send up the inside. Sweet Crown, can he hold it around the outside? Indigo already done for corner cutting. I do not think he's aware that stewarding is back. Hang on, who's that going backwards on track? That's Indigo. I have no idea what this man's doing. Indigo's got lost, and he's been disqualified for getting lost. So Indigo will not be winning this one. It's the 2 guys up fighting at the front. Most of the others getting through fairly cleanly. It almost feels weird to see clean racing now after what we've had the last couple of 5-lap races. But a 35% one hit, 18 laps of the mighty Silverstone. Now the 2 leaders nose to tail. Are we going to see any moves? It seems we've got some funky stuff going on further down. What is this chaos going on back here? My goodness, what has happened here? It's the drivers holding each other up a little bit. Farrell seems to have got the best from this group. There's still plenty of chaos going on. Oh, hello. Stewards will not like that one, Indian Jesus. Plenty of the drivers coming into the pits. Indian Jesus getting the late in cool. Is rear-ended by a slightly unhappy Steve there. Here we go, a few of the other drivers choosing to stay out a little bit longer. So we've got 5 guys going into the pit. Spider's opted for intermediates. That is an excellent way to guarantee a puncture. Does your tyre explode after a certain point? Is there a state beyond a puncture where that could cause further problems? I do not know. It is not usually an aim when league racing to go for it. Still plenty of battling up and down the field. Cold Paradox, a bad exit. Of course, remember the man who forgot to apply a setup, so he's going to be struggling a little bit with the car, not getting on with him so much. There is a state, okay. So yeah, I think Spider is risking not having any tyres at all, let alone just punctured tyres. Also, I guess it depends how long he sticks on them. Oh, he got stopped on track for a puncture, okay. I remember I did not watch the Lobby 1 race on Monday, so I do not know what all went down there. How many drivers just got done for having tyres that were 2 punctured. As Bumpier is pulling into the pit lane. A lot of these other guys just sticking it out for the moment, not going to hold on too much longer. Those who started on the softs, they'll want to pit eventually. Yeah, I agree, it's seemingly way too early. I do wonder how Spider's going to manage. He's about to get overtaken by Farrell, who, yeah, flies past just the grip advantage as You're not really meant to use inters on a dry track. I mean, if you want a puncture, excellent way to do it. I think puncture may be too soon to get into the end. It's my squeaky chair joining in on the commentary. Meanwhile, this top battle is still 4 drivers pretty much within a second. Pitted for inters, lap 9, got 2 slow punctures, 2 laps from the end. That's okay, fairly good going then. Depends if you're going for all 4 tyres to be punctured or not though. Those bonus 10 points could be very tempting, especially for the drivers who don't think they stand much of a chance pace-wise with holding on. But here we go, for the lead, P's, DRS enabled. I think Nathan might be coming through as well. Sweet Crown gets through, Nathan also getting through. We're going to see a switch track here. P certainly wants it, and I think he's got himself alongside. Sweet Crown is in. That'll be for a set of softs if it's at this point. Avoiding, battling. Wonder how Farrell's going to do in terms of picking up a puncture. You only went for 1 puncture, tested, and it paid off, yeah. Well, we shall see. The guys in this lobby expected to be the more experienced drivers, but I don't know if that means more experienced or less experienced in picking up punctures. Strategy still plenty to play for, of course. Ennis getting in fastest lap point is of course still in play. Lead battle still in play. Peas and Nathan are going to be undercut by Sweet Crown. The question is how much, when do they want to pit, and do they want softs or inters? Softs more ideal, they can finish further up the order as opposed to going for inters. Perhaps inters a better way to help guarantee, ooh hello, to help guarantee get that puncture. Now drivers, they are all going to be required. There we go, pulling into the pit lane here. Let's hope we don't get a crash on entry. Yeah, no. Ooh, hello Nathan. That's not ideal. Speeding in the pit lane to him. Slap on the wrist. Yeah, all drivers are required to submit the footage at their end of the race to the stewards to prove they do have a puncture and how many punctures, I guess. Though unless you get 4 punctures, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many you get. 1 puncture is the same as 2, the same as 3. If you get 4 bonus 10 points, but it does not affect the finishing order, that is entirely where they finish on track of those who do have punctures. So Sweet Crown here with the undercut over the rest of the faster guys. But bear in mind, if he gets that puncture earlier, he might struggle with staying ahead of them for much longer. Nathan just about within DRS. He may lose that before he actually gets around to the DRS section, just to having cooler tyres. Sweet Crown knows he's already up to temperature, can afford to pull away a little bit. Excuse my yawning. Kenny's still going around. I wonder if he's going for the inter strategy. There's Bumpier nearly into the back of Legend there, opting not to rear end the other car, which is awfully nice of him. Stewards, of course, are now back on duty, so not the way to go about things here. But these 3 close. Hobbsy just behind the 2 of them. And ooh, perhaps getting a little bit deep. No, he gets it quite well. Small chance for warning, but this is going to be 3 cars going into a place where only really able to go one by one through. Freshest tyres at the front of this battle. That seems not enough for Legend to defend. Spumpier gets through up into 5th place. Hobbsy's having a little look up the inside. Is he gonna hold it? Minor contact between the 2, all knocking him off track. And I think, yeah, Hobbsy letting him stay ahead, realising, okay, I'll get slapped with a 3 second. Let's give him the place back and avoid that having to happen. It's these 2 down, start, finish, straight, cold paradox at the inside. Not really the most common place to see an overtake. Manages to get it done nonetheless. The cutback working quite well for him. Meanwhile, Kenny has still not hit. Must be going for the inter strategy. yet to see any punctures. If anyone does have one, it will be Spider. In fact, we have a little check. Yeah, of course, tyres all still in order. Pace very much not in order. But that is to be expected. Nathan did get onto the back of Sweet Crown, so you got these three battling here for P2 on track, I think, for the net lead. Hard to tell. But based on the fact all these guys pit only one lap apart, and these are the top guys, the guys who are in Div 1, they know the strategies. I would expect them to have tested and to know what they are doing. So, Sweet Crown losing out to both Nathan and Peas. I do wonder if they're deliberately trying to get in dirty air to wear the tyres faster or not. Kenny finally in. He's sticking on a set of softs. He may struggle to get a penalty. I mean, unless he wants to try and ram his car into someone else's front wing, but that's slightly frowned upon. He is getting himself that fastest lap. Oh, and only just actually as well. What is that? Yeah, 3.5 hundredths ahead of Nathan in terms of fastest lap. Oh, hello. The door opened a little bit there, but of course that's just Sweet Crown taking a shallow line. Seems to be struggling for pace a little bit. Do wonder why. On board further down as Strauss is a mighty moment there, manages to catch the car, possibly with the aid of Cold Paradox. I think it was Cold Paradox who said he used... Yeah, Cold Paradox has loaded the wrong setup. I don't know what setup he is running, but not the Silverstone one. There's the two Dutchmen side by side here through Cops, showing Hamilton and Verstappen how it's meant to be done. Let's take the Brit out of the equation, and oh, there we go. Cold Paradox beautifully hung around the outside. Strauss having to back out. Cold Paradox up into P8. We'll have on board with the leaders as we think we're about to see a lead change here into this chicane. The camera angles have not blessed us well, but Nathan does manage to hold on. But here we go, through goes Sweet Crown. Reminiscent of Hamilton. Same corner, only got one car, but nonetheless a very, very nice overtake from him. Yet another Dutchman, actually. Yes, F1 leagues, Dutchmen and Brits are what you find. I don't think Peace is either of them. Can't remember. But he is, though, is on the back of Sweet Crown. No, not opting to go for the move. Right, so... Oh, the other guy on Inter has come off the Inters. Spider is still happily on his Inters. No punctures in sight for him just yet, but we are only 8 laps in, so if he had a puncture by this point I would be ever slightly worried. These two fighting away again as Strauss back through ahead of Cold Paradox. Spider getting himself some penalties, and penalties do still count. Nathan had his speed in the pit lane one. Spider, yeah, has come into the pit lane. He's got to stick on what would be fresh Inters? Surely fresh Inters. Yeah, fresh Inters, okay. So not going to finish particularly high up, but he will be gunning. Well, I expect him to be gunning for the for puncture. There's, yeah, well, P18 is what would have been last, would have only claimed 1 point. 2 points for P17 for what is the now last. It's Nathan's 7th fastest lap from up front. Cold Paradox picking up some time penalties there. Still fighting with Strauss, and now Ennis behind has joined this battle. Strauss considering the lunge, reminding Cold Paradox he's in the mirrors, he's waiting for a mistake. There we go, up the inside, the gap left larger than the gap in the pair of socks I'm wearing at the moment. That is Strauss through to P8. No cutback in sight. I do wonder if Ennis is going to be able to do anything. Is there actually no? I think he's just following nice and closely behind. But he is, though, is on the back of Sweet Crown. He is still happily on his Inters. Spider is still happily on his Inters. He is gunning for the move. Right, so Spider is still happily on his Inters. He is gunning for the move. But he is, though, is on the back of Sweet Crown. He is still happily on his Inters. He is gunning for the move. But he is, though, is on the back of Sweet Crown. He is gunning for the move. But he is, though, is on the back of Sweet Crown. He is gunning for the move. But he is, though, is on the back of Sweet Crown. He is gunning for the move. But he is, though, is on the back of Sweet Crown. He is gunning for the move. But he is, though, is on the back of Sweet Crown. He is gunning for the move. But he is, though, is on the back of Sweet Crown. He is gunning for the think our Paradox is a slightly high downforce setup than he would have liked. It's hard to tell just from being on board. I do know it's not the setup he would have chosen, as there is a lead change. Pease through on Nathan. Nathan, who had built himself a 1 second lead, so I do wonder if that was just dumping all of his ERS, hoping to escape, and in the end not working out. A clatter over the curb there for one of those cars. Yeah, and it is now far more involved with this battle, these two. Oh, hello, there's Ennis. Yep, there we go. Mentioned was more involved, showing it, and yeah. Stewards are not going to like that one, Strauss. These two getting themselves back on track. These four, actually Kenny now joining in with this front train, and Nathan now gonna be really not liking that 5 second he picked for going ever so slightly too fast into the pit lane. And whoa, okay, hard racing between these guys. Sweet Crown getting the switchback on Nathan out of cops. Cut off there, but look at these four going at it tooth and nail. Just over halfway through the race, distance done so far. Spider's a whole lap down. Here we go, you can see this two side by side ahead. Sweet Crown through on Pease. Nathan opted not to go for anything, but these four putting a lovely display of battling on for us. And if Kenny can get himself a puncture, my money's on him winning this, because if he can get a puncture with younger tyres, then he should be faster than the others for longer. Just look at this. Doing the best Red Arrows impression of the formation. Nice little diamond shape there. P's going slightly wide. Sweet. Nathan's got one of them. Nathan might get two of them as Kenny there. Almost going 2 by 2. Look at this racing. Wonderful stuff here on display by the CRL drivers. Sweet Crown ahead now. P's pinning Nathan there and getting the both of them, I think. Look at that. Smart driving by him. Sweet Crown trying to hang it the long way around the outside. Did not work for him in the end. It's P's through to the front. Kenny, I think, chilling at the back. Don't know if he wants to get involved or if he just can't seem to find a way in. But I'm sure there's other racing going on up and down the order for the moment. This is a wonderful battling that's going on. A few small battles here and there, but not for the lead and not with this level of close racing. So here we go, the DRS run. Nathan's got a good run here on Peace, but Peace himself will have a good run on Sweet Crown as Nathan going on the grass to try and get it done. A light bit of contact there. Sweet Crown sweeps around the outside. There's also Sweet Crown there, flicked to the right. Almost thought he was going in the pit lane for a second. Peace trying to run him off. These two not giving each other more than they have to. Oh, that is a light bit of contact between them though. Sweet Crown almost escaping from that. These two still racing hard, but Nathan finally able to cut him off. Although we're going to see Pease go for a send. Yeah, Pease is not the kind of man to take that sitting down. But Nathan does hang it the long way around, still in DRS range of Sweet Crown, who may escape. But of course, Sweet Crown will be the first of this group to pick up punctures. Well, and if he's lucky, he'll be the only one of them to pick up punctures with the way they're fighting. He's getting it done on Nathan, but he's not finished the move just yet. And Kenny now. Oh, well, there's a car there. Look at this, is bonkers racing. My goodness, these two. I'm amazed there haven't been more penalties picked up to win them. Seems to know exactly where to put the car over the white line to not pick up any penalties. As yes, Sweet Crown has escaped these guys. Or at least he has for the moment. The gap is coming back down a little bit now, yeah. Hasn't got too much ERS to spare. I think Nathan's safe for the moment. Though Pease is not going to let that remain true for a long time. But there we go, 2/3 of the way through the race Harry Palmer pitting for a set of mediums. That's an interesting strategy goal. That's the incorrect strategy goal. Is he really just putting on a fresh set of mediums? Either he's going to do, I don't know, donuts? There's no way he's going to get punctured by the end of this. But there we go, Sweet Crown is now brought back into the mix. I do wonder if that was actually just him slowing down to have a bit of fun battling. My goodness, Peas getting it done there. Ah, you know, yeah, he is actually just doing donuts to try and get a puncture. That is one way of doing it. Gonna get... Oh, he's causing a yellow flag in that sector there. We'll see what happens though. It's a slight risk getting disqualified. This lead group back together. As I was saying, I do wonder if Sweet Crown deliberately slowed down to bring himself back into the battle, just to have a bit of fun. So the Cone Cup, not the full season, less stakes, and it is for the fun of the race. And if you saw Vegas and Red Bull Ring, you would very much be aware of that. So Kenny is around. What has caused that bit? Was that battling? Was that his own mistake? Didn't quite catch what caused that. Was part of the lead battle, no longer seems to be the case. Right, so let's have a quick look just through all the cars. Have we got any punctures yet? You're good. You're good. You've got no punctures. You've got no punctures. You've got none. You've got none. Hey, that was a good battle going on here. Or is it? Oh no, that's a lapped car down there. No punctures. No punctures. No punctures. No punctures. No puncture. No puncture. No puncture. No puncture. No puncture. No puncture. And yeah. So no one yet picking up punctures, but with 4.5 laps left to go, that's probably the more ideal way of doing it. If you can pick it up on the very last corner, that is perfect way of doing it. But here we go, Nathan round the outside of Peas. Huge amount of overspeed, nice and easily done. No real way for Nathan to defend that one. Ooh, we've got someone... Oh no, it should be Harry Palmer in those S's. There's a white car off the track, but that will just be Harry Palmer doing Harry Palmer things. It's nearly contact there between those two. Nathan racing for, what was it, the Chevrolet Corps Veterans. There are some good names, some of which I cannot repeat on stream. Sweet Crown, he's part of the Pink Panthers. And then we've got Peas is, if I can find him. Ah, K Rosberg. Nice. Yeah, still these three battling up front. Has Harry Palmer given up, or he's just decided that this is the spot for donuts? I mean, it's not a bad place for yellow flags because you're not going to see too many overtakes here. The problem is the stewards are going to give him a massive slap on the wrist and tell him he is a naughty boy. But that is one way to almost guarantee you get 4 punctures. Is it? The front tyre's even going to get punctures here. Might guarantee himself punctures, but he's on lap 12. I don't even know if he'll classify as having finished. Remains to be seen. Ooh, Peas. What has happened there? Yeah, front left puncture for Peas. And with 3 laps to go. Start of the third penultimate lap, or the third last lap. Okay, so yeah, Peas picking up one already. Sweet Crown on older tyres not P's the first spotted puncture. Right, has anyone else got one then? Not that I can see. Okay, well, at least Peace has got his puncture guaranteed nice and early. So one, the Sweet Crown hasn't got one yet. Oh, having said that... No, just playing it safe. Oh, look at that Bumpy 8 getting past Peas. Of course, this guy's much quicker. He's got a puncture. There is nothing he can do in terms of defending. He's going to drop down the order, picking up the puncture way, way too early. Just bang on. Seeps on 14 lap on softs. Yeah, I guess P's just fighting that much harder, burning through his tyres. Yeah, still right on the back, not able to get the move done. I think he's going to struggle on these tyres as well. The lack of downforce. As P's, it is still just the one puncture for him, that front left, which might struggle even to make it to the end. Do wonder. Nathan has deeped Sweet Crown, no puncture there. Right, hang on, I saw another driver going slow. Who was the driver going slow? Is that a front left puncture? That is a front left puncture. In fact, if I... Nah, you kind of want that up, don't you? So who have we got? Yeah, Bumpier got one now as well. See, oh, hello. Who is this? Alright, Hobbs has got himself a puncture. Yet another driver. Sieb on 15 lap old tyres has managed to not get one. That is impressive going. Bumpier, we've seen, has acquired a puncture. Not seeing one on this here car. That looks like a front left to me on Legend. Yes, it is indeedy. That's a front left gone on Sweet Grounds. And I think Nathan might have absolutely nailed this. Still needs to give himself a puncture though. He's not home clear yet. Sweet Crown Legend. Has Kenny got one? No. And his tyres are so young as well compared to the rest. He's really going to have to weave to get them gone. Bumpier, so Kenny and Nathan both need one. As everyone else picked one up. Carl Paradox not seeing a puncture on his car just yet. This Peas will be crying. His car just punctured so early. Sieb as well, no puncture in sight. Hobbsy's got one as Farrell flies through on his mediums, which are again not punctured. Nathan, he knows he needs a puncture. He's not going to cross the line until he's got one, because he'll get disqualified. Weaving all over the shop to try and make it happen. Drivers have managed it on younger tyres. I know Kenny hasn't got one. Made good way. Kenny's making progress up the field. Legend, yeah, he's got his front left. He's doing pretty well here. Sweet Crown might be on to something. Right, Nathan, you've got 3 corners left. Drifting around here, but he's still not got a puncture. Now off into the track. Yeah, he's going to start doing donuts, of course he is. Meanwhile, Sweet Crown will quite happily go through. Got another driver back there. Sweet Crown comes through to take the win. Legend with the next man. He's got a front left puncture. As I'll turn off into and tyres. No, come on, go away. Give us a better view at the front left. Yeah, Nathan's still doing donuts, as is Sieb. Kenny, hang on, Kenny, I thought you had a puncture. Oh no, Kenny didn't have a puncture. I thought Bumpier, he's got a, yeah, flat front left. What's he doing? Unless he's going for all 4. Does someone want to tell Bumpier he's got a puncture? Apparently he's not aware. Farrell, no puncture on him. King Shy Panda, yeah. I mean, he's done a wonderful job as a reserve here. Another P4 picked up for him. Nathan, still no puncture. Bumpier clearly going for all four. Kenny picking up loads of penalties here. Any punk? No. Yeah. Sieve not got any. Indian Jesus, no. All of these guys, they've got 2 minutes left on the clock. Any puncture here further down. Harry Palmer finishing a lap down. There's a front right gone on Hobbsy's. Must be another driver going for all four, but you still got a free P7 finish. P7, nothing to shy away from. Right, Nathan. No, I think just giving up in the end. Nathan not got a puncture on his car. Do all the guys ahead of him? Yeah, all the front guys do. Nathan, I don't see any kind of puncture. Seems to have surrendered it away. Bumpier, he has a puncture if he wants to cross the line. Doesn't have four of them. Is that a rear? He's got rear left and front left. So his right tyres aren't punctured. He's at least doing donuts in the right direction for that to happen. Indian Jesus going for that P. It says P7, it's actually P6 because in Nathan, no, I see no puncture either. So 6 and 7, no punctures on either of those car. Hobbsy then says P8, he'll be P6 come the end of it. Carl Paradox, another driver, no punctures. Kenny, is his rear left gone? I don't think it is. Evans again, more driver, no puncture. Farrell, you've. Is he? His front right looks like it might be gone. Bumpier crossing the line, 2 punctures but not 4. Should have crossed earlier. And Farrell disqualified. Okay, right, hang on, let's do a quick run through. Puncture, 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 puncture. No puncture for Nathan. So the top 5 are through cleanly. Nathan not picking up one. Sure, it will be confirmed later, but yeah, Nathan saying all tyres on 80% going into the final sector and still no puncture. And then no puncture until 100%. Oh. Yeah, see, 3 tyres at 100%, no puncture. There we go. Okay, so some of the guys who did look like they didn't have a puncture may be counted to have one. Well, the front 5 undeniably count where they finished. Sweet Crown, Legend, Peas, King Shy Panda and Ennis. King Shy Panda doing a wonderful job for Sovereign Racing. Do a quick run further down the order. Nathan 6th with fastest lap. Then Indian Jesus, Hobbsy, Cold Paradox and Bosch Evans finishing out that top 10. Kenny, Bumpier, Strauss. And did Harry Palmer count as a finish? No, yes, so just the top 13 going to count as a finish. The rest of them DNF in, DSQ in, whatever it may be. I don't believe anyone picked up the bonus 10 points for all 4 tyres being punctured. Unless it was kind of the one like Nathan had where it's at 100% counted as a puncture but not. Remains to be seen, but either way that concludes round 3 of the Cone Cup. Next week will be the final week where we've got Albert Park, Interlagos, question mark and Abu Dhabi. I don't know if it's been released what the question mark is just yet. I don't even know if, oh right, okay, I don't think it's actually been chosen yet. So I've had a look at the admin chat and yeah, it says TBC. So not even the admins know unless that's being changed. I do know that the race stipulation, the funny little race for that question mark 1, will be chosen by the team currently in last. Bottom team after round 3 will get to pick that one, so that'll be good fun. I wonder what they are going to go for there. But yeah, that concludes round 3. I'm sure the standings will be out, the stewards will be having their little look at whatever they may have a look at. But thank you guys for watching, and it will not be me. Could it be next week? I guess I might be the one commentating next week around. I don't have an exam on the Friday. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you whenever.